Into this season, what are some goals for you, and what do you try to bring to this club, specifically because there are a lot of young guys on this team's roster?
Well, I think especially after the way we played last year and the year before at home, I think that's got to change. We got to play a certain way at home and really win a lot of our home games. And if we had done that last year and the year before, we would have been in the playoffs and we would have been in a great spot last year with a higher rank. So obviously that's the goal: play a certain way at home and then try to be 500 or better on the road. Really.
Taking a look at last year's team, obviously there's a lot of turnover every year as far as players go, but do you feel like you can carry over some of the momentum from beating, the number one seed in the first round and really also stressing Cincinnati, who was a really good team in the next?
Yeah, absolutely. I think last year was all about the kind of guys we had in the room. You saw last year we had a lot of skill at the beginning of the year. We didn't mesh very well, and it cost us early. But as the year went on, we got the right guys in the room and really got hot late. We'd like to create that atmosphere right off the bat here and get off to a great start.
Who are some guys that are really standing out to you in camp that have really brought their game to maybe a new level or have come in and provided some leadership?
Yeah, well, Frazee's one that, the Quad City last year, his hands are pretty good for his size. He reminds me a little bit of maybe Matt Furman with a little more skill. And Espy looks really good, Esposito. But we've got a lot of guys that have really stood out, honestly, and they're really going to have to make some tough decisions when that time comes.
Obviously, Friday, the games start pretty much right off the bat. So given that you're trying to mesh everything together, what are you trying to establish Friday night and early on in preseason camp?
Well, I think get the legs back. I don't think you can get your hockey legs back unless you're actually scrimmaging or playing games. You can practice all you want, be in the gym all you want, but your legs need to get used to being on the ice. So I think that'll be number one. And number two is just mentally being able to react quickly on the ice, getting that hockey brain back. I think that's important too. So I think individually need to work on those things, but also putting some systems into place and making sure we're all on the same page, preparing for Indy really.
Final question, the ECHL-CHL merger kind of creates a unified AA hockey league. As a player, what does that mean to you?
I love it, and I wish it had been that way when I entered my 6 years ago. I think it just it creates some parity within the league, and I think like David said at the luncheon, you want to have 30 teams at every level, and it just the affiliation helps, and it makes sense. It really does make sense, and for us, it kind of gives guys an opportunity to move up to the next level. Where as if you're playing in the Central League, maybe they're not looking at those guys as they would the ECHL. So I think it gives the players a fair shot too.
Anything else you'd like to add?
Maybe go Panthers.
Oh, it's Dwenger week.
Awesome.